My name is Jessica. I am a dual German-US citizen, but I was born and raised in Germany. I first studied linguistics to become a translator for English and Italian, but then decided to do something more exciting and took a whole different path for my career. And immediately after I finished my studies, I started with SportMed, which is the company that I stand for today. I joined the company back then when I was still a student for some translations, but then decided to stay and to support the company and my today's husband in developing the company further. And later on, I decided to do a master's degree in business law. That was a couple of years already after I had joined the company, because I felt that to have legal knowledge as a CEO would be quite an asset. And so I finished that course of studies. And yeah, I have been pretty much working with SportMed for almost 15 years now. Of course, in the beginning, as I was still a, I would say, freshman coming from university, I was more a commercial assistant, but then worked my way up to CEO or managing director. And yeah, that's basically my career path for the past 15 years. Our company is named SportMed. We stand for the mobee 360 platform, which is a software platform for digital diagnostics for health improvement and health prevention. And the general idea of the platform is to host different diagnostic instruments, assessment tools, measuring products under one technical roof. And one technical roof means one unified software which covers various health topics, starting from range of motion and muscular mobility, through body composition to posture and spinal health, but also some mental health aspects, primarily connected, for example, to heart rate variability. And we sell this platform to a business audience, which mainly consists of physical therapists, rehabilitation clinics, sports associations, but also increasingly in companies who would like to improve their employees' health and well-being. So corporate health has been a major market for us. And our customers can actually choose which of the health topics they would like to cover. Of course, we recommend to cover as many of them as possible to have a more holistic view on health. We had been running our business for quite some years in Germany already, and we're very familiar with all the structures, of course, also with the bureaucracy. And when we founded the company in Luxembourg, it was really a start from the scratch, and we did not even know on which days to take out the trash. So we really started from the very beginning, and it was very new to us. Many of the bureaucratic processes are much different in Luxembourg than they are in Germany. Also, back at that time, we considered it a language barrier. Today, I think it's a language advantage, actually, because in Luxembourg, there are so many spoken languages and so much is in English already, which we really appreciate. And so we really had to adjust to that very multinational climate, which we certainly did not have in Germany before. And also, yeah, of course, our employees had to go much further to work in Luxembourg, but they were also very happy and they really supported that step. So we actually asked the team if they would be fine in joining us in a new company in Luxembourg before we made the decision. And we had 100% consent from the team before, so everybody joined us in Luxembourg, and that was really a very nice step. It was a very important move for us to go to Luxembourg because Luxembourg has a very attractive research and development landscape. It is very open to startups and generally to new ideas, which is a climate that we were not able to find and to that extent in Germany. And we received very great support, for example, by Lux Innovation from the very beginning. And that support still goes on up until today. So we are always in very close contact to Lux Innovation and especially the team for the healthcare market. And they also assisted us into applying for a grant with the Ministry of Health, which we received in 2018 and which covered a project that went on until 2021. Our company has been a family-run business for almost 20 years, which basically means that my husband and I ran the company. And I think that we took a quite successful path and that we created a very stable and resilient company, and we're also able to surround a very loyal and motivated team around us. However, I would definitely recommend to look for investors or co-shareholders earlier than we did. Because after almost 20 years, there are certain structures that you just have, then there are routines that you stick to, and it is very hard to come up with the flexibility that you then need to adapt to a complete new surrounding with a new investor, for example, with new shareholders. We were very lucky to find someone who was or is a really great fit to us and who also understands our business very well, which is, I think, usually not the case. So our investor actually comes from our branch of business. So we were lucky after almost 20 years to be able to do this next step that was necessary for our growth and for the further growth of the company. However, even if it's nice to have a family-run and family-operated business, I would recommend other founders to look into options as early as possible, but also to look out for someone who is a good fit and not just anyone, because it is a bit like a marriage. You will have to spend a couple of years at least with the person who is your new investor or shareholder or whoever. So it should also be a good relationship and a trustful relationship. To 15 years ago, the landscape in our branch of business was still very dominated by family-run businesses. But the trend clearly was and is to have investors, and a lot of companies that used to be small and medium-sized enterprises ran by family or the owner at least searched for investors and grew, and we discovered that they actually grew faster than we could because our growth was 100% organic. So we basically only had the means to finance what we would like to do as development projects, for example, through our own money, through the money that we earned throughout the years. And the result was that this is not enough to succeed in a modern and very high pressure market. And it was a very important decision for us to change this and to become more competitive simply by having more means in the area of marketing and communication, to be able to have a bigger sales team, to be able to work with, for example, external consultants and not waste our time rather than focusing on what was not our core business. And I think working with an investor, if it's a good fit for you, allows you to focus more on your strengths and also to see clearer where you will be going with the company and what the steps are that have to be taken. While we were still a completely family-run business, I can tell you that we always drowned in the day-to-day business. And my husband and I were always so busy with all the day-to-day operations that there was simply no time for strategic thinking, and also sometimes not even the time or the patience for creative processes. And working together with an investor now has allowed us to focus much more on the strategic development of the company and also of the products. The first phase that we will be going through is a 3 years phase, which is supposed to make us the market leader for digital diagnostics in health improvement and prevention. We will focus on the DACH market, which is the German, Austrian, Switzerland market first, so mostly the German-speaking markets. But during this time, we'll also prepare an internationalization. So far, we are active in a couple of Asian countries through vendors or sales partners. But of course, we still have to discover the European market. The Asian market has been quite interesting for us because they are quite developed on the one hand, but on the other hand, they are lacking concepts, especially in, for example, corporate health. And they are clearly also looking for concepts to sell with the products. And that has been quite a strong point with our company, because at least the German-speaking markets always demands for concepts rather than products. So if you want to sell a product, you really need to tell a story around that product, and it's not just a technical thing that you throw onto the market and it's well accepted. You really have to have a story around it and to present advantages and to present the customers with ideas, what they can achieve, how they can save money with your product, how they can save time. Time is of the essence, of course, in the business branches we are working in. And this is something that the Asian market clearly is very interested in, and we have sensed that with the partners that we are working with already, that they have a good sense of understanding for the idea of a platform, of a more holistic view on health, rather than just assessing one single aspect with one tool and getting a next tool and assessing the second aspect of health. And the Asian market seems to be quite promising in this aspect. I think as an entrepreneur, it is very important to stick to what you actually want, and also to surround yourself with people that you enjoy working with, because after all, you will spend a lot of hours working, especially as an entrepreneur. You will have to rely on your team, on your employees a lot. You will be happy for every moment in which they are loyal to you and do not run away because somebody else pays €2 more an hour or something like that. Also with business partners, if you already sense that your business partner is not a good fit for you in the very beginning, it is very likely to not turn out the way that you want it to be. And I think it's also very important to be loyal to yourself and to be honest to yourself here. If you feel that a business partner is a good fit, then really invest into it. Really listen also to your intuition. Of course, facts and figures are important, but you will learn how to use your business intuition as well. And after all, do not let anyone else get you from the path that you have chosen. Of course, it is also or always important to get an inspiration from somebody else or an idea. It is also very important to listen to what other people have to say to you, but still you should have a clear mind about what you actually want, and you should select the people to surround you on that path to what you actually want.